Some of you may have noticed this is an inner tie rod end. That's what I'm using for my pivot point right here for my new shifter location. I did weld these bolts to this plate. Reason for that is so that the bolts spin inside of the bushing. That gives a lot more surface area. I don't want to wear out these little plates. I want to wear out the bushings and bolts slowly, very slowly if I can. There you have it, my shifter is relocated. She shifts with ease, smooth as silk. I'm very pleased with the way this turned out, and I think it's going to be great. There's reverse, first, second, third, fourth, fifth, sixth. I do have to get boots here and here to keep water and debris out. There is a mismatched screw back here. I'll get to that. I'm sure you're thinking, wow, great, that's cool, but what's this for? But first, an intro. I am the one and only infamous Kentucky Yankee without a doubt. And only my most loyal viewers and subscribers will know what this thing is gonna fit into. And for the rest of you, let me catch you up to speed. The transmission is going into this 1985 Ford Ranger. Beautiful truck, but wait, there's more. The chassis underneath this truck is out of a 2002 Ford Ranger, and it fit quite well, all except for one small detail. I had to shorten the frame nearly 3 inches to make everything fit right. Videos for work I've done thus far will be in a playlist in the description below. The original 2.3 engine out of the 2002 Ford Ranger truck is still in it and did run last time I checked. But this is an engine out of a 2011 Ford Fusion. It is a 2.5, and this is the engine and transmission that I plan on putting in this truck. It's been a year since I fired this jalopy up, so I want to make sure everything is how I left it before I move forward. That's good enough for me to know that my wiring is cobbled up good enough to work, and if I put this other engine here and things don't work out, I'll know where to look, like something with the engine most likely. Without going into detail, it was better for me to remove the transmission off of this engine and just bolt it up to the engine in the truck for now. I've never had to do this before, but I imagine it works. Here's a piece of bread. I'm going to try and save our pilot bushing bearing. Let's see what happens. I've never had a reason to do this until now because I want to save this bearing if I can. Yeah. Obviously it makes sense. It's just like having a hydraulic pressure behind it to force it out. I just didn't think it would work. But it is. Again, if the bearing's not damaged. Woo! And that's it. I'll clean this bread up and see if there's anything left of this bearing we can salvage. This flywheel is for the Miata, for a Miata transmission, and it should bolt up to the engine just like the other engine, but this flywheel is like 1/2 inch at least taller than this one, the original Ranger one, but I think this is what I need. We'll see what happens. I'll put it in. I did save that pilot bearing. It is not the best situation. If you were to say in the comments that I should have replaced it, I would side with you, but I did use the old one. Clutch alignment tool. When's the last time you've seen one of these? They normally come with the little plastic ones with a kit. Here's a bracket I made to fit the transmission. Cross member had to be cut down and shortened, if you will, so to speak, to fit the new transmission and mount. Welding that cross member tightened it up, kind of sprung it together. So it does fit, just takes a little elbow grease. So it did not take a whole lot of effort to get this transmission into this truck and fitted right. It's amazing to me, the cross member fit still in the right location on the frame, and all I had to do was make that little bracket and shorten up the cross member. Welds aren't that pretty. There are runs in the paint, and I'm okay with all that for right now. We can revisit some of this stuff later if need be. I also want to mention the spacing. Can't really see on camera, but there is a nice gap between the body, you know, the tunnel, and the transmission. So I'm also happy with that. The engine, as far as like tilt goes, it seems to fit in there perfectly. You know, it's all bolted up now, sitting there by itself. Everything just looks right. I installed the seat to show you guys what it's like with the shifter and the seat in. The seat is all the way back, and this shifter is close to it when it is all the way back, but it doesn't touch. There is a little bit of clearance. This is a small truck. The seats are always all the way back on them anyways, so that's fine with me. Eventually we'll build some kind of tunnel here for this. I do want to incorporate the original shifter because I like these with the bend in them like that, and the way they feel when you shift them, I just like it. Plus it'll look more original with that on it. It's been a year since I worked on this old truck, and I'm glad to get back with it. Won't be long now before we have a runner and driver. That is a yard machine runner and driver. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next time.